The best does not come all alone. It comes with the company of all. Right. Is hotel staff around? Hotel staff? Ask them to switch off the lights altogether. We are going to play a melody. Turn to the next page, please. What does it say? What does it say? Together everyone achieves more, and it says learning arising from an orchestra performance and its relevance to teamwork. Okay? Right. Jivan, I want you to switch off all the lights, please. All the lights, okay? And please do watch this clip for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. And after that, I'm going to lead a discussion based on that for about 10 to 15 minutes. But this is the key in this training program, so worthwhile watching this. Right. Every corner I want you to watch. Good. Just start watching it. Switch off all the lights, and I want it back again after this melody. Okay, lights on please. Right. In Greece, the city Athens, where they had a live performance in an open stadium, and 150,000 people were watching. 32-year-old melody. My dear friends, I've been listening to it maybe 1,000 times. Still when it's being played, I go to a corner and then listen to it. When they had Olympics 2012 in London, the Queen Elizabeth came to the stadium while this melody was being played in the background. But this is a live performance 5 years ago in Greece, the city of Athens. I have a question to ask you. 150,000 people are watching, open stadium. How many were there in that orchestra to play this? First of all, let me ask this question. Did you all enjoy it? Yes. Thank you. Worth playing it then. So, how many were there in that orchestra? Yes. Perfect. You have been to my program before. Thank you, sir. Thanks for remembering that. Good. 129, exact number. How have they agreed on that number 129? 128, orchestra players, and here we are with the leader, 129. Here is another question. Have they selected them for a purpose or otherwise? For a purpose. Did they keep on calling every Tom and Harry who was available in that place saying that, come on, come for a performance here, and this is going to be recorded, thereafter trainers are going to show it. Lights, other lights. Trainers are going to show it around the world. If you really want to show your face, come, whatever the instrument you have at home, bring it and come. If you don't have a proper instrument, just bring a barrel empty and then come. If you don't have that, even bring an empty glass bottle with 2 coins to create a sound. No, 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 no. Every one of them, they have been brought in for a purpose. How? We have a Shastrapati, Visharada here. This is that our singer. He would tell me. My dear friends, the sound that comes from an orchestra is originated from 4 types of instruments. And you call them strings related, wing related, brass related, percussion related. Now what did they do? They found to get this melody right in that stadium to be heard fine by 150,000 people, to get the quality of that melody in the same way, they realized they were in need of strings related how many? Wing related how many? Brass related how many? Percussion related how many? Put together, they found 1, 2, 8 with the leader 1, 1, 2, 9. My question. Were they all being brought in for a purpose then? Yes or no? Yes. Assume. If the stadium was elsewhere, not an open stadium, probably could be a closed environment. Would have the number changed? Yes? Good? They had more than 150,000 people. I assume 300,000 people would have been there. Would have the number change? Yes. Melody was different. Would have the number change? Of course. Right. So in that particular location, in that open stadium, to hear this particular melody with that quality, to be heard by 150,000 people, this was the exact combination that was in need of. Question. Can you relate that to an organization? Louder, louder, louder. Yes, come on. Yes. Okay, each organization, if you take, you have a particular number of staff members. Any HR heads here, please? People who are from HR? Yes, okay, sir. From which McLaren's HR? What is your unit, sir?
Mine is property.
Property. How many are there in that section, sir? Your staff members? 14. I got to ask a question. Those 14, were they being brought in for a purpose or otherwise? Purpose. Everybody was identified to do a particular role, and that's how 14 are there. Isn't it? Right. So even in organization, you have an X number, and that number is being brought in to do a job. Ask them to change the lights, it's not coming the proper way, and then change. Right. So they've been brought in for a purpose. Now, how have they achieved that? How have they got it? Each unit, how many staff members are needed? And units, when you put together, you get Division. And divisions, when you put together, you get what? Come on. Organization. So we have 14, it's a small number, but certain organizations have 1,186, and all those 1186 are being brought in for a purpose. Each unit. How many? Put the units together, division, and put the divisions together, yes, company. Right. They have been brought in for a purpose. They had instruments to play, and what happened? We also, when we recruit staff, they have been given instruments to play. First of all, they have been given a chair to sit, desk, laptop, desktop, mobiles, palm top, iPad, isn't it? All kind of instruments are being given. Now, instruments what were given to them, can they play them haphazardly, just as the way how they want? Can they play it? No. They are being given what? A notation to follow. Am I right to that? Notation. Yeah. Notation. And they are supposed to play according to that notation. Had a single person made a mistake there, would have it ruined the entire melody? Yes. It could be a minute error in a note, but it would have just messed up the entire melody. Just give me the mic, please. Mic, please. Now, if you take music, so that help me, you get Sarigama Padanisa, right? Then you get Komalari, Komalaga, Tivrama, Komalada, Komalani, right? So that. What is the difference between Suddari and Komalari? Sorry, he doesn't have a kind of a, what do you call, instrument to play, but let's explain. So that, explain Karamo, Komalari.
Thank you, Dhammika. As per question, Shuddhari note is higher than the Komalari.
Good.
Just like Sa, Sa, Re, that is Shuddhari. Komalari, Sa, Re, like that.
Difference between Suddhari and Komalari, if you can now tell.
I think sometimes you cannot understand with the tone, with the note.
Sure.
I will get one familiar example.
Okay, good.
All you familiar national anthem, no?
Good, yes, sure.
Normally in the national anthem, we use the notes Sri Lanka Mata Ga Ga Re Ne Re Sa. If we change the notes,
that is what tree is there? That is Sri Lanka Mata, what is the tree you are using? Suddhari or Komalari?
Suddhari.
Suddhari. Right, okay.
Ga Ga Re.
Right.
That is Shuddhari.
Okay.
If we use the Komalari, Ga Ga Re Ne Re Sa.
So how would it
just like a
yeah, how would it hear like that after that? If you put Komalari and sing Sri Lanka Mata, you sing it with the right tree and with Komalari.
Yeah.
You can feel the difference.
Sri Lanka Mata with the notes Ga Ga Re Ne Re Sa.
Right.
The other part Sri Lanka Mata Ga Ga Re Ne Re Sa, like that.
Now with the right tree, Sri Lanka Mata, and with the other tree, Sri Lanka Mata. Okay. Can you see the difference? It's a minute difference. Thanks, Siddharth. Thank you very much. Give him a hand, please. Okay. Right, thank you. I'm sorry, I should have got him down with this instrument to play, but sorry about it. Right. So, with the time constraint is the best that we could do. And what happened? Minute error in your note can ruin the entire melody. Likewise, when you are being asked to do a job, and your job is given to you, notation is what? JD, your job description. Will you agree with me? So JD, you are expected to perform a specific job. If you start doing it the way that you feel like doing it, what will happen? What will happen? It will upset the entire apple cart, finally. So realize, we have been given instruments, we have been given a JD, job description, just like the notation. Exact thing that is there in the notation, we must play. You can add value, but within that, you can add it. Alap can be put in singing, but you got to be within that raga. Am I right? Yes. Right. I do have my second son also, one of the youngest Visharadas here. So if I say, make a mistake tonight, he won't let me sleep peacefully at home. So therefore, alap, I'm right, no? Within the raga, alaps can be done, no? Yeah, right, sure. So you are being given a job description. By being within that frame, there are so many value additions that you could do, you could make. Friends. So now say, you are being given a job, you got to perform that job to the best of your ability. Different people were using different instruments. Did they have a mutual respect to each party who was playing their respective instrument? Quickly, otherwise we are just getting late. Yes? Yeah. Violinist, when he played his part, and then saxophone guy, what happened? Immediately he took over from him. Should it happen in organizations as well? Yes? Apollo here, Lanka hospitals, I'm sorry. Patient is coming out of the, where? Theater. No sooner he comes out of the theater, the other person or whoever is responsible, should they take care immediately? Where our staff? Yes? Sure. Can you say that, okay, I'll have a cup of tea and come? Never. So, when one part is being played and finished, the other person has to immediately take over that. We saw that. Different people were playing different instruments, but they all had a mutual respect to each other. They had a mutual respect to each other. Did the violinist look at the guy who is playing the saxophone and then saying that, oh, that of course any idiot can just blow it, no? And here, this is the most toughest task. You have to find the right string, you have to keep the right string at the right spot, and then go, you have to take it, no. Even in organizations, there are people who are doing different type of jobs. They all got to be respected equally because each person's contribution is a mass and it's needed for performance and to achieve the target which we want. Organizations, we do have the lower level staff, we call them minor staff. Is it okay to call them as minor staff? Minor staff, organizations, we call them as minor staff. Is it okay to call them as minor staff? Come on, tell me. Minor staff. No. Do away with this term minor staff. Sulu employee, Sulu sevakyo, ehema kattiyak ne. Call them who? Support staff. Correct the terminology. Support staff. Dear friends, the lower level staff, they are also important to achieve our targets. Is the security guard important? Very much. He's the person who screens everybody who comes in the organization. Now, during the times that the bombs were going off, peacefully we were working in organizations thanks to the security guard. Is the janitor important? Yes. He's the person who cleans the office and keep it spotless for you to come and work in a fine environment. He's the guy who cleans the washroom. And when you go to the washroom, what should be your feeling? You go in and come out. And who had created that facility to you? The janitor. Otherwise, if you go to the washroom and then come... No. Okay. Friends, is the messenger important? It can be a multi-million transaction. He's the person right time who is taking that letter or the document to the courier. He's important. Is the tea boy important? Very much. 3:30, he's not giving you a cup of tea. What is he doing effectively? He's giving you a thing to rejuvenate yourself. 10:30, 3:30, you are waiting for it. That's why when he comes 10:30, bring the cup of tea, or 3:30, say, isn't it? He's important. Is the driver important? Very much. He becomes responsible in bringing the boss to the entity, either live or dead. So if you take whatever the level it could be, everybody's contribution is equally important. That's what they showed. If you had been watching this carefully, there was one person who was playing his instrument only 4 times. Who was it? Come on. Cymbal, thank you, had been watching carefully. He had a role to play every 51 seconds. And if you're watching it carefully, what did he do? Having played this instrument, did he relax? Did he keep the cymbal aside and then start? Let me relax. Because for the next 45 seconds, I can do this. And I take life easy. And then thereafter, I'll get ready with the cymbal. No. He was on his toes. Am I right, Sudha? Yeah. He was listening to what was going on. Because 1/10 of a second, his timing got to be right. Must use the instrument, break the monotony, and play it as hard as he could to add that value to the melody. Even in organizations, there are people. Once in a way, they come out of the cubicle and they scream at you. What do we say? They do nothing inside the cubicle. Once in a way, they can come and shout. They don't know what is going on. No. You realize, dear friends, though they are in cubicles, they go through a lot of stress. And you realize higher you go in your ladder, you become more and more isolated. At lower level, there are so many people to shoulder, share things. But higher you go, you become more and more answerable to the top. And you're all alone. So you feel a real isolation. I'm talking to you with experience, started as a trainee marketing assistant, going up to VP marketing. Those days while I was working every 3 months, I used to come and cry along with my wife and say, see, I don't get a promotion, I don't get a promotion. Each time I get a promotion, then what happened for 6 months, I cry with her, in vain, I got this promotion, in vain. Because higher you go, you become more and more isolated. So there are people in the organization, they are responsible for so many stakeholders, and when they come and ask you something, respect that. Right. Watch. To get this sound out, how many leaders were